Yo, what's up, Bonehawk? Shujinkydink here. Welcome to a video all about Mortal Kombat 12. Another leak. And the difference with this leak is that we're actually going to be testing this leak to see if it's somewhat true in about 7 days. So, apologies for any spoilers, but you clicked on the video, so I mean, spoilers ahead, maybe. You gotta take leaks with a grain of salt, you know? This was done by someone who was apparently close to NetherRealm and maybe helped work on the game. So, the source seems to be good, but leaks are always, you know, what it is. No proof of it. NetherRealm would never acknowledge. Actually, which is funny because Ed Boon actually acknowledged that the roster got leaked for MK11. Whether that was kind of a troll kind of thing or not, I don't know. But anyways, let's go into the details on what we know about this leak. And if you're new here and you care about these kind of things and information for the new Mortal Kombat game that may or may not be coming out, subscribe, because we as soon as we find out, we talk about it, and I will keep you informed. And there's podcasts, we do all sorts of fun stuff. So anyways, enough plugging, let's get to the deets. So this is a game that caps off the most recent trilogy by having all of its characters and arenas playable from those 3 titles. There are 50 playable characters on the base roster, but it wasn't as much work as you think it would be. More on that later. Supposedly, there will be 3 DLC packs with 10 characters spread out amongst them. 4 of those characters will be guests. The first pack is decided as Reiko, Li Mei, John Wick, and Doomslayer. Now, this is one thing that I found interesting because I've noticed on Twitter it's been a huge thing with like Keanu Reeves and Ed Boon going back and forth on whether John Wick and whatnot should be in Mortal Kombat, and they're saying, they should do their own thing, and you know, John Wick will do their thing. I think that's kind of fits with this narrative, you know, like it may be hinting at it, or perhaps they're both kind of trying to downplay it, so when it actually happens, everyone's blindsided. I think if they would have stayed quiet on the whole matter, it would have been more surprising. Assuming this is in any way true, we don't know this, we're just kind of fantasizing about it at this point. There's been so many leaks and stuff over like the last 17 years I've been in this community. It's pretty numbing at this point. But one thing I've always had fun with is just kind of fantasizing about it being true. So now that we've done the first little bit of information, let me show you the next stuff that we got for you. This game, some version of Mortal Kombat 12, was originally going to be a ways off, but COVID caused the plans at NetherRealm Studios to shift, and the release schedule got bumped around. Combat Pack 3 for MK11 was shelved and MK11 was brought forward, and their new baby, a new IP, was delayed so more work could be put into perfecting it. So this does make a lot of sense in a lot of different ways. You know, COVID affected a lot of things. Perhaps Injustice 3 being the last title was something that they planned on, but maybe they saw with MK11 being the last title, maybe the way that the fans received it, a lot of people didn't really like it as far as, you know, it wasn't as combo heavy, it wasn't as crazy, you know? So a lot of the characters that appear in Mortal Kombat 11 also appeared in MKX with, you know, exception of some new ones like Collector, Cetrion, and Garrus, that kind of thing. So if they wanted to, they could go back and kind of make them the way that they were in MKX, like make Kotal Khan have those big combos that he had in MKX, you know, and same with Liu Kang and that kind of thing. So it's interesting to see what they'll do, assuming this is real. We're just assuming this is real, this is one for the fun. But assuming it's real, because you're taking characters from 3 different games that played 3 different, absolutely completely different ways, and you're going to put them all in one game. There was a little bit of talk about, hey, we'll get to that down the line in this leak, but that's what my big question was. I assume that if they take the feedback they've gotten from fans on this game, that they'll kind of move towards like a hybrid MK11, MKX kind of a thing. How they're going to balance that with 50 characters is beyond me. I would not want to be the person in charge of that job. Good luck, Paulo Garcia, but anyways, one more screenshot to share here. The roster ignores double or gimmick characters such as Cyber Sub-Zero and Triborg, as well as previous guests due to licensing agreement expirations. Characters from MK11 will only retain certain costumes and gear pieces, and every character will have a limited selection due to time limitations and the overall large roster. However, characters from 11 will also have a few new outfits exclusive to this title. And I'm sure to some extent this is like a size versus data kind of deal, you know, like you try and put a big muscular dude on a bike. Sure, maybe you could do it, but it might look a little ridiculous, drummer. But, you know, at the end of the day, they're trying to do the best that they can, and some characters will have some sort of... I think it's really cool that they're doing with the new, especially the new characters from MK11, like Cetrion Collector. They're going to have like these new outfits that are just for this game. And I think this is really cool. What it's kind of shaping up to be, as far as all this information goes, is like a modern day Mortal Kombat Armageddon. If they just straight up take that Armageddon thing and just like, hey, it's Armageddon 2, you know, I think that's dumb. Quite honestly, I think that's dumb. But maybe they can put a new spin on it and make a whole new story. It's cool they're having DLC with, you know, the 3D era characters, Reiko, Li Mei, that kind of thing. I wouldn't be surprised if all the DLC was like all the 3D era characters and then like one guest character per pack kind of thing, and then you have the whole Mortal Kombat universe, probably minus Su Hao, because we know how much Ed Boon hates that character. But I don't know, it'd be kind of neat. You know, all the 3D era characters are kind of, you know, moot points, but they still get their point in the game. I don't know. That's kind of what I see for this game. But that's it. That's all we know right now. They're apparently supposed to be putting this game out there at the Game Awards next week on December 9th. I will probably be watching the Game Awards if I can, depending on work schedules, that kind of thing, just to kind of see how they did it. That's where they announced MK11. Makes sense. I'm totally behind that. But that's really about it. So in a week, we'll know exactly if this leak is true or if it's fabricated or whatnot. So that's all I know for now. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about this kind of stuff, or what you hope to see in MK12, if that is, or maybe you're completely like, nah, that's not happening. It's Injustice 3. It's gotta be Injustice 3. The thing, like the Justice 3 versus MK12 argument that I would say is that, like, if this is the last game on their contract with WB, which right now things with NRS and WB are kind of up in the air, it would make sense that they choose the franchise that they pick them up for, right? And maybe they start fresh with Injustice 3 and they do something else in the future. But like an ultimate MK whatever kind of makes sense, I guess, given that, you know, this is the first time they've worked with WB Studios, and after that, who knows. But yeah, give me your opinions and thoughts in the comments down below. Do you think this is all just a big fat phony? In 7 days, I guess we'll all find out, apparently, according to the leaks. So anyways, if you enjoy this type of content, you want to stay informed on information that we have about NRS games moving forward, please consider subscribing. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, because it really helps me out. And subscribe if you haven't, because I make new videos almost every single day. Hashtag Bonehawks, all that stuff, and we'll see all you guys in the next video.
Accept your death.